Welcome to the shop. In front of you, I've got pieces and parts of my brand new, currently assembling 60-inch Extreme Flight laser. And so putting that together, there's a lot of pieces and parts I have to think about that I don't have to think about on some of the other planes that you've seen on the channel. Because the motors and ESCs and servos and everything, they're all included. You just bind and fly or plug and play. A little different here. So in this plane, I'm going for what is going to be the ultimate, let's say, ultimate propulsion system, the power system. The power plant around this is the T-Motor AM600. In this combo kit that T-Motor sent me, thank you T-Motor, I really appreciate it. It's a big bonus for me. In fact, getting this inspired me to get the doggone plane, to be honest. Here's the deal. Inside this combo kit, you're going to get a propeller that is tuned for the plane and, more importantly, the motor. You get this motor, which is designed to have output. You'll have unlimited power for this plane. You'll be able to do anything you want to do. I'm pretty excited about having that. I have a smaller version of this in my Skywing Edge 540 48-inch. And what I've found interesting about them are, one, is just the durability. They're phenomenal, and they take a lot of abuse. They're also adjustable, so I can move this little part right here. I could shim that in and out instead of shimming from the backside. If this is all mounted, I can still make slight changes right there. The power and efficiency of this is second to none. I mean, the reason why Extreme Flight recommends these, it's because it's a really good product. The other part that comes in the combo is this. It's the ESC. This ESC, 116 amps, it is tuned for this motor and this setup. So I don't have to mess with any kind of timing. I don't have to mess with that. All I have to do is solder on my XD90 and I'm good to go. Yep, I could program it. There's a couple different ways to program these, but I could do that. The other part of this is it has a 15 amp BEC. I think it maxes out at 24. More than enough power to power all the servos I have on there, the 4 servos. So not a problem there. All in all, an outstanding motor. So in this video upcoming, I'm going to have a series about the build, but right here I really wanted to talk about the motor, how fortunate I am to get one of these to put in this fantastic plane. Hope you enjoy the rest of the series, but for now, thank you T-Motor, fantastic motor. I highly recommend, if you're getting one of these systems, if you look at what everybody else is flying, they're flying these T-Motors AM600s. Have a good one. Let me walk you through a few details. One, if we start off with the motor, obviously there's a couple options here on mounting. This gets mounted onto your firewall. This slides on, and you can rotate it, obviously, wherever you want those, wherever you want your cables to be output, basically, to go through the firewall and so on and so forth. And then you have some tightening screws here, here, and here. Don't forget to tighten those. The other thing that's interesting is right here you got this grub screw. Got another one over on this side. Unscrew those. This whole piece right here pops off. Inside here there's some small washers, several of them. You can use those, stack those as needed to push this out a couple millimeters. So when this is mounted in the cowl and you notice that it's a little too, it's not long enough, obviously you can push that out a little bit, make those minor adjustments. Good thing about this motor and the plane I'm putting it in, it's kind of designed for it, so I shouldn't have to do a whole lot of fiddling to get that cowl spinner distance just perfect. So that's just stuff about the motor mount. I'm going to mount this obviously in that plane and show that process. If we look at the ESC, there's a couple things. One is they've designed this, look at that. There's holes right there for zip ties to go through to restrain this underneath or wherever your plane might be, but on the Extreme Flights, it's underneath a specific spot to mount ESCs. The other thing they have included in the kit is a small fan and all the hardware to attach it right there. In case you're overloading this, you're in a hot area that maybe requires a little bit more cooling, they have that all figured out. So several things. The other part, which I'm anxious to try, because I think this is the case, is the color coding there should match the color coding here and be correct. If not, well, okay, fine. I'll have to swap out 2 of those, but not a big deal. Anyway, just kind of wanted to cover some of the neat features that I noticed about this motor.